Alright, a lot of stuff in the Shadows of Change is busted, and a lot of the new units have some serious power creep, but the opposite of power creep is the Frostworm. The Frostworm is maybe the worst unit I've seen in a long time. He's terrible. For 1450 price, that is a lot. He's fighting a Jabberscythe, which is not known as a very good duelist. And he doesn't have any special powers. He causes terror, he does frostbite, and he has some arm piercing. That's it. He doesn't have particularly good attacks, anything like that. The Jabberscythe is paying for a Mortis Engine effect, and then some poison for a little vortex that he does. And he has insane charge animations and a bonus versus infantry. So he's clearly an infantry killer. In the meantime, with Tsarina Katerin also occasionally throwing some arrows over here to help out, the Jabberscythe is going to beat up on our poor friend, the Frostworm. You might be like, well, the Jabberscythe costs more, he's 1700. Don't worry, it's just the start of the video. The Jabberscythe and him are going back and forth. It's a closer duel than you might expect, but they're getting there. There we go. Good win for the Jabberscythe. 1200 value. Frostworm, 830. Oh, but there's 7 replays. Yup. Alright, now to compare those two contestants. So the Frostworm's not as good of a duelist as the Jabberscythe, but certainly he has some good infantry clearing. We'll charge him into some basic-ass Clan Rat spears. And again, you might be like, spears? That's not a good target to charge him into. There's a plot. Alright, just trust me on this, take the journey, then complain. So his charge animations are doing okay. But he's going to get surrounded by Clan Rats and start taking a serious amount of damage. 80 armor, 35 melee defense, not going to keep him too safe here. So he's trying to clear out these fools. And then eventually, as he starts taking significant damage, I'm going to try and give him orders to path out of here. Here we go. And he is nearly netted by the Clan Rats. He's not going anywhere. Look at him! Look at him not going anywhere! That dude is stuck! And he's dead. Alright, well, human boy, let's not be dicks here. The Jabberscythe has slightly higher melee defense, less armor. Surely it can't be that much different, because it did win the monster duel, so it's a better duelist monster. It can't also be good at clearing infantry. That would just be insane. Alright, well, the Jabberscythe has good animations. Bop. Flops through them and can already path through the Clan Rats if he wants to, because that animation actually took him all the way through where the Frostworms ended him at the front. So he can leave as he wants to. Then he can charge back in, get some more damage out, fight for a while. He does have his Mortis Engine effect that starts kicking in, but look at him path through the minions, huh? He could just walk through them like it's nothing, unlike the Frostworm who got nearly netted. Okay. So the Jabberscythe's just a better monster. It's better at infantry, it's better at dueling. Okay, we get it. So you picked a good monster. So you picked a good monster, the Jabberscythe, and you're comparing it to a Frostworm. Well, that's not fair, human boy. You gotta compare it against bad monsters. You gotta compare it against maybe the worst monster in the game monsters. Oh no. Are those mutant rat ogres? Yes. Is one of my Frostworms triple gold chevron, bringing his price point to 1950? Oh, yes. Do mutant rat ogres cost 1200? You bet they fucking do! Mutant rat ogres getting knocked over on the charge. Classic them. Because that one's going to keep getting knocked over. Now, the duel will proceed in the background, but I'll just put your camera right here for posterity's sake. Bop. Bop. Sure looks like a good monster, guys. Mutant rat ogres are really good. Bop. Really good monster here. So if they win, we've decided that they're a good monster. Now, the Frostworm might have some issues that you're seeing on the middle one, but this left one's about to do it here. Oh. Oh. He just walks at it. Oh, he just walks at it and takes free hits all fucking day. Oh. Oh no! Are the mutant rat ogres fucking trashing the Frostworms right now? Yes, they are. Is the triple gold chevron one also losing? Because occasionally just presents his backside to it? Look at that. Look at that. Oh, free rear attack for no reason. Because you just decided to flip around. Because you just decided to flip around. Mutant rat ogre, 1800 value, kicking the hell out of this piece of shit. Alright. So Frostworms can't win monster duels even against monsters lesser on them on the chain. Okay, that's fine. There's still 3 more replays, but that's fine. Okay, that's cool. So they can't beat cheap spears. They can't push through cheap spears. They can't beat monsters that aren't meant for dueling. They can't beat monsters that are meant for dueling, even ones cheaper than them. That's fine. At least they can destroy armored elite infantry and armored cavalry that doesn't have anti-large or armor piercing. Silverhelms don't have anti-large or armor piercing. Swordmasters of Hoth do not have anti-large. Okay, this is 2 more cases for them, and oh, that's not going good on the charge. Maybe it'll get better later. Meanwhile, the Frostworms fight the Swordmasters of Hoth. They're getting some good damage for a bit. Then they get surrounded, and they're fighting their way out. Silverhelms out trading on the charge with the Frostworm, but maybe it'll get better for the Frostworm as time goes on. As my HP starts to dip, I think the point has gotten across. So I'm going to start cycle charging now with my Frostworms. And they supposedly have 75 speed, but it doesn't feel like it. And they take a lot of damage pathing through those Swordmasters. They try and cycle charge yet again. They take a lot of damage charging those Swordmasters, and they both rout. Checking back in on this, we are beating one of the cavalry quite, well, not quite handedly. The other one we're trading about even, but let's take a little quick look-see. Silverhelms are like 900 gold. They've gotten 925 fighting this Frostworm. Non-anti-large, non-armor piercing. They've paid for themselves fighting the Frostworm. The Frostworm has gotten 600 value. That is horrendous. Sure, they'll beat the Silverhelms, but at what fucking cost? Oh, it hurts so bad. And you can't even give me they should have been cycle charging, because cycle charging the Swordmasters, they still took a ton of fucking damage, and cycle charging the Silverhelms won on the charge. So they would love if you backed off and reset the charge, because they did great there. It's okay. They're not meant to fight Cav. They're not meant to fight dueling monsters. They're not meant to fight non-dueling monsters. They're not meant to fight cheap infantry. They're not meant to fight fucking armored infantry. What is the point of the Frostworm at 1450 value? It's so bad. Then we had to get the hands down best monster in the whole game to show this fool up. The Feral Mammoth. Feral Mammoth. Norska's not even gonna do the meme anymore. Norska's worst monster in the entire game. On the worst, 5 worst units in multiplayer list I put out. Feral Mammoths. They have, look at those stats. Less armor, less leadership, less speed, less melee attack by 18, 7 less melee defense. They have a higher weapon strength, higher charge bonus, and then a lot more HP. And they run shop over these Frostworms. They murder them. One got pretty good RNG, and I almost won that fight, but I did not in the end. So Feral Mammoths run a train over the Frostworms, and you might be like, yeah, we get it. Monsters beat them. We got it. We got it. Yes. But there was... The last replay was here for a reason. Oh, crap. I forgot to do the replay thing. Last replay was here for a reason. Now watch what Feral Mammoths do versus the Swordmasters. As opposed to what the Frostworms do versus the Swordmasters. And remember, Feral Mammoths are a bad fucking unit. Basic archers could take them out super easily. Their price point is extremely high. They die to spears, they rampage into spears and they die, but at least they have one niche, is they can charge at Swordmasters of Hoth and destroy these fools. So it's like, oh, okay, the Feral Mammoth is a bad monster that's terrible multiplayer, but it has one niche, and it's killing armored, non-anti-large infantry. If that ever happened and your enemy didn't support them in any way. Sure, they can run shop over some Swordmasters. This one's taking a lot of damage, but the other two are winning much more like I think they would, right? So the Frostworm's just the worst. It's just the worst unit that exists. It's fucking terrible. It's so bad. There's no use case. There's no reason to take the Frostworm. Oh my god. Oh, I've never seen a unit this bad. I literally haven't.
Subscribe, yes.